Did you like what you saw from Oscar today? You might be ready to go this weekend?
Well, we liked what we saw. We got another practice to go through tomorrow. We'll see. First, we'll see how he feels in the morning after today. This is the first time he's got knocked around a little bit. He didn't participate in the last drill on purpose, but he went the whole distance, and we'll see how he feels in the morning. And if he's able to participate again tomorrow, then it's up to Oscar, the doctors, and the training staff. So, but right now, the first test he passed today, which is a good sign. Sakara was good, got through, and Sakara's still got a couple more steps to go, but he went through the test today in a good fashion. Now his next stage is to decide where and when he's going to play games and get going from there. So both guys passed today.
Long break, short time to prepare for this upcoming road trip. What do you try to do?
I'm not concerned about the short time. I'm concerned that we're behind the 8 ball. The games I've watched, anybody that's had an advantage games-wise, they seem to play at a tempo that the other team is unable to sustain. And you saw a lot of the second halves of games when teams are in their second game as opposed to a team in their first game. There's a distinct advantage for the team that's already played. And we're behind the 8 ball just on that Philadelphia game. They're playing their 4th game or 3rd game tonight. They'll be ahead. So that's significant. We're going to have to play catch-up.
This is perhaps your first chance to address the entire team kind of face-to-face before the last 32-game stretch and the big change last week with Chiarelli. What was your overriding message to them?
Well, look, we're here to play, and this is 32 playoff games. There's going to be some real highs and some real lows. We just got to somewhere in this 32-game stretch, we got to tread water, and then when we get on a run, we got to run it all the way and go as far as we can with it, because that's what's going to happen. Is a couple of teams are going to get on a run here. We want it to be us. We've been on 2 of these runs before already, and we need to get on one more to get right into the middle of the race here. And in saying that, we need to change some things, and we put those in place today, and some of them were good and some of them need another day to get acclimated to. But I really like some of the changes we made. Now we got to put them into games, but it did make our team look a lot quicker, and that's a good sign.
Hitch, you've tried your sentiment all apart, the 3 guys before, but if you fall behind, you tend to bust those lines up and go back to where you were. Is it different now?
No, it's going to be the same thing. I told the players that these are lines that we like. Depending on the score and depending on the score clock, we'll condense things, and a lot of it is obviously depending on the score and depending on the game. We'll move people around as we see fit. We'd like to be able to stay with this, but there's going to be games that we're going to be down a goal, or there's going to be games where we're up a goal in the last 2 or 3 minutes. We would like to take this as long as we can into every game, Mark, and not have to force our hand, but we're prepared to make the changes necessary to get the wins. And chemistry sounds good and it looks good on paper and you want to stay with it, but we're in a game-by-game basis and we got to adjust accordingly. What this does, though, this gives a number of people a real opportunity to participate, and that's what we're looking for. I've said this to you guys before, we need more participation by more people. This is a great opportunity for them, and we're hoping some guys really take the ball and run with it.
Was it difficult for you, Ken, or more difficult because Peter had brought you in recently, and then you guys were planning together to kind of, move forward, but unfortunately it's another change sort of off the ice for the team?
Yeah, I really enjoyed working with Peter, and we had really good dialogue. You understand the business after being in it for so long, but I really I liked working with him. I liked being around him. I liked the dialogue we had. I liked everything that we worked together on. But we had a very small sampling together, and like I said, I understand the business, and I'm not a big part of this history. I want to be moving it forward, but and trying to help these guys get to another level, but I can't do anything about the background. But I got to tell you, I did enjoy my time with him a lot. We had a great line of communication.
Klefbom's value has been well documented, but what can you realistically expect from a guy who's missed 20 games? And is there
well, I don't think he's the magic potion, but this is what he does is right away, the best way to describe it, first of all, I don't even know if he's going to get cleared to play. I mean, we're hoping that he gets cleared in some fashion to play quickly here. Hopefully it's in Philly or Montreal or whatever, but what a huge difference in Larson. Like, Clef is Clef. He's just solid in everything he does, but there was a huge difference on the ice in Larson. So to me, that's the big plus, is that we get a hell of a pair. And it doesn't matter. It's not like you're bringing back an offensive, juggernaut. You're getting a solid player that knows how to play in both ends of the rink. But what it does is it gives us back the pair that was so good. And Lars has had a tough time. He's had a tough time, and you could see all the little plays they made under pressure today. Those weren't being made for a long time, and that's a big, big difference. And so for me, even when you see such a difference at practice, that's the part that gets you excited, because now it looks like we got a hell of a pair on the verge of coming back together.
You said you changed things up. There were some different things here today. What might be the things we notice most when we see the Oilers coming out for this very important stretch?
You got to buy a ticket. So I can give you a discount if you want, but you got to buy a ticket. So look, let's wait and see how we look. Hopefully we look quicker, and hopefully we'll look we look like we're playing on our toes more. A lot of this is technical stuff that would bore the heck out of you, but it makes sense to the players. It made sense to them today in the meetings. It made sense to the coaches, so we're going to put it in place. But the overall projection is we want to look quicker, and we want to play on our toes. We want to be more aggressive.